Welcome, everybody, to Gehenna Gaming. I am Archosius, and this is KULT Divinity Lost. I want to start off with a warning here today, guys. This is not for the faint of heart. This game and this actual play. So if you are sensitive to sensitive themes, I suggest to walk out of the room, but keep the computer on just so that we can get our numbers up.
But please leave the stream going, but mute it so that you can just look at our beautiful faces the entire.
Right, you're not going to see anything gross, but there may be some things that are described that are particularly, I don't know, just a little sensitive. And this is just the nature of this game. I have a cadre, a cast of wonderful people here with me today that I want to introduce. But first, make sure you follow us, subscribe here. Make sure you follow us here if you're not already. You can follow us on Twitter at Gehenna Gaming. And please check out gehennagaming.threadless.com because there's a whole bunch of new shirt designs and cool merch that we have up. So make sure to check that out.
Even a cult shirt.
There is a cult shirt. Yes. That has been around for a while. That's a deep cut. I think we put it on the main page. You might have to search for it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, no, it's up there. But we don't have a good intentions shirt yet.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's coming.
But what we do have released yesterday is a shirt for our Monster Hearts 2 actual play, Gehenna Valley.
Yes,
Nice.
which is Monday nights at 8 p.m. 7 p.m.
7:30.
7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time or Standard, depending on what time of the year you're watching this. But yeah, go check that out. But that's all business stuff. More importantly, who do I have here with me? I want everyone to introduce yourselves and say something interesting, like share something that people don't know about you.
Okay, well, I'll go first since I'm next to your face. I'm Ian. I am the VP of Strategy for Gehenna Gaming. You can find me online as Ravnos pretty much everywhere. Something interesting.
Okay, and the next person?
I said something interesting. That's what you said. Yeah, I'm an asshole. That's the something interesting.
Who else do we have with us today? It's just like school. Pressure's on. Someone's got to raise their hand.
We have Rick, aka Def Malkavian, playing Armand today. And something interesting, we were just talking about allergies before this happened, and I am allergic to bananas.
Yes, you are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here. Since we were talking about allergies, I'm allergic to cats.
And yet you have two.
I do have two. I've always owned cats. I have never lived anywhere except for dorms in college that I didn't have cats. Oh. And yes, I am very allergic to them. I suffer for my love.
Yeah, that's a deep love that you must have for your cats to keep them around.
Sure. Right.
Perfect. All right, who else do we have?
Hi, I'm Erykah, aka Rosie Rexit, and I play Avery Lee. And something interesting about me, some dark history is, I'm a former pageant queen.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's cool.
Crown, tiara, and all?
Yeah, crown, tiara, sash, the whole 9 yards, and like a trophy that was nearly basically my entire height.
Wow.
Did you wear like the fake teeth thing?
No, I didn't have a flipper because that was way before that time.
Is that what they're called? Flippers?
They're called flippers.
That's the thing I learned today.
I learned that from drag queens.
And who else do we have? Last but certainly not least.
I am Minta. Here I play Anna, and something interesting about me, I hate pink color, like really hate it.
Oh, but you're wearing a lot of pink right now.
Yes.
So everyone here, she is suffering for your entertainment. So
you could always auction off the pink after the series wraps.
That's a good idea. Especially if your character dies in a horrible accident. Who knows what's going to happen? This is Cult. Your characters could die.
Speaking of.
So Brother Wes is not dead. He is alive.
I just like saying people are dead when they're not with us. You know this personally.
Sometimes very publicly in front of a room full of people.
It's true.
300 something people.
Was it our last podcast episode?
Yes.
yeah, so Brother Wes, who normally plays Detective Vernon, is not going to be with us today, but he will be here with us next time. So make sure you keep watching. Yeah, that's everybody. Does anybody have anything they want to promote really quick before we dive into it? No, silence is golden. All right, let's begin session or chapter 3, Into the Dark. We're going to enter the tombs. Life goes on as it always does, whether you feel like moving on or not. Life makes that decision for you. Whether you're home, it awaits for you to return. Your family, your pets, that existential dread that nothing is ever quite okay enough by the end of the night. Some nights are made for torture or reflection or savoring of loneliness. For those that do have a home to go to, it's a place of safety. And to some, it is a place of unrest. We join our cast of characters, leaving their homes for that night, arriving downtown at the Manhattan Detention Complex, otherwise known as the Tombs. The Tombs were originally built in 1938, but rebuilt 4 different times in an effort to cover up the building's torturous history while spending as much of the bi-yearly budget as possible. Twin monolithic concrete buildings stand at attention, joined together by an air bridge hanging over 125th Street. The air bridge with bars on every single window where prisoners like to peek down with their elbows on the concrete, watching the cars and pedestrians, hoping to get a taste of the freedom they once had. Between various windows and sections of concrete lies the original Egyptian revival architecture in oxidized copper, revealed like so many scars and wounds that won't heal. Within these walls contain the screams of the past, like an ancient banshee crying for retribution. Some of you are being pulled in for very specific reasons. Some are being pulled in to be a witness. Some will be pulled in to pick somebody out of a lineup. One person in particular, Armand, is going to be brought into questioning. You are pulled into a pretty darkly lit room, and sat down at a steel table that's reinforced with pretty big, beefy bolts on the concrete floor. There's the table's kind of rusted around the corners. And you swear if you look kind of close enough, you can see some dried blood on it. There are tiles all over, on the ceiling, on the wall, on the floor. In the center of the floor, kind of just kitty corner to the table, you could see a big drain. Little bits of hair sticking out of one of the drains. And there's an old gas lamp flickering from a pipe that's running through the ceiling, and you're shackled to that chair.
Is anyone in the room with me?
Yeah, there is. There's a sitting across the table from you is a very clean-cut, blonde gentleman named Detective Jackson. His suit is pressed really nicely with a pretty big, kind of polished shield on his chest, where you can see his badge number. So, what's the deal, man? What are you gonna tell me what the hell happened? Because, listen, I want to get you out of here as quick as possible, and with as much information as I can.
So why am I shackled to this table? If I'm just here to ask questions, I didn't do anything.
Come on, man. We've been at this for hours. Of course, you've done something. You were there.
Being there is not a crime, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it doesn't sit right. You and that degenerate, you know? Blood's all over you and him.
Which degenerate?
Come on, he's in the other room talking right now, probably saying your name, singing tunes of your life. Would you meet this degenerate at the Brimstone Club? Were you guys planning this murder? Come
What
on.
murder?
The murder of the woman.
I didn't kill no woman. I was there for a group therapy session, and this nut job attacked her. And then me and Detective Vernon tried to save her life. It's very easy for me to say, my friend, because there were many other people there.
Yeah, and they're all talking.
Good.
They're all pointing at you, my friend.
They're all going to say the same thing. That's really funny that you're trying to put it on me. I'm not even concerned in the least, because I literally didn't do anything but try to help.
You know, I'm trying to help you, man.
I'm trying to help you.
You're not going to give me anything.
I'm giving you absolutely everything.
I don't know what to do, man. You got her blood on your person. There's your
that's what
skin
happens when
under
you try
her
to, like,
fingernails.
save someone's life, you know?
Why'd she scratch you, buddy?
I don't see any scratches on me.
Your flesh is under her fingernails. We know that. Your DNA, you know that swab that you took when you first came in here, when you got processed. Come
I'll
on,
take
man.
off my
This is
shirt. You
new
can look.
science. I don't know if you know this or not, but we
Look
got
for
DNA now, buddy.
Look for some scratches, my friend. I'll take off my jacket right now. Whatever you want. There's not a scratch on me.
Nah, I don't want you to do all that. Don't take off your clothes, man. Listen, you want a coffee or something?
No, not particularly. I'm fine. But thank you for the offer.
You want a cigarette?
I'm trying to look out for my health these days. I'm turning over a brand new leaf. That's why I'm going to therapy.
You're going clean, huh?
Clean as I can be in this city. Is anyone clean? I don't know.
You got that right.
Hey.
Lights a cigarette, holds out a pack to you to see if you take it.
I'm good, but you partake, my friend.
All right.
You've got a very stressful job, I understand.
Listen, I think we've exhausted all options here.
The truth is the only option, and that's what I'm telling you, my bud. Detective Jackson, I should say.
Yeah, thank you. So you mean to tell me you've never been to the Brimstone Club?
No, we went to a bar after the scoop therapy session. Was it Mike's or something like that?
So before that, a few times.
Maybe. I mean, I've been all over the place. I've lived here a long time.
Maybe. All right, listen. I got my buddy on the other side of the door here, and he's just itching to come in here and talk to you. I don't think it's going to get us anywhere. He's got unusual tactics. I'd rather just have you be up front, man. Like, you seem, I get it. Your maid or whatever the hell you guys call it. You don't want to tattle on yourself or anybody else, but
there's no one to tattle on. This monster just strangled this woman to death.
And I'm saying you had something to do with it, and you're not going to tell me anything otherwise?
Yeah, I had something to do with it. I was trying to save her life while this madman choked her to death.
Well, that madman, your buddy over there, is
not my buddy. I had
calling
never met
your
him
name
before.
He's singing like a robin.
Of course he is. He's probably trying to protect himself. But there's, I don't know, there were like 7 other people there that can all attest that this guy was rude, disruptive.
Yeah, there are lots of people who could say the same thing about people like you.
That's really rude. That's really hurtful. I'm nothing but polite to you.
You know. All right, we're gonna play that game. All right. So
it's called the manners game.
I don't play games.
Your turn.
I don't play games.
You don't play the manners game?
No, that was.
They don't teach you manners at the academy. That's very sad.
Not with low lifes like you, but
again, the words that hurt.
You're wasting my time. I'm done. So Detective Jackson gets up and he stands over you and kind of puts a cigarette down next to you on the table and walks around to the door, knocks it a couple times. You hear a pretty big chunky unlatching. Steel door swings open and closes.
Hey, you forgot your cigarette that's littering. A bad role model.
You hear wheezing behind you. There's like a shadow that's flickering on the corner of the wall from the gas lamp. There's a there's a breath. Someone that's clearly suffering from some kind of emphysema, inhaling and a clicking of saliva and phlegm. And a couple of footsteps as a large, overweight man standing at about 6'2", 6'3", kind of hunches over around you, leans on the table. You could see his greasy, dirty fingernails as the table squeaks from the weight of him. He's clearly using this table to help him get around. He's having a really hard time wheezing his breath. You could smell the underneath the heavy scent of the cigarette smoke. You can smell that sickly, sweet smell of infection that grabs hold of your nostrils as he gets closer to you. And he comes around and sits down in the chair. You could see that there's something very wrong with this guy. He's got canker sores crusted around his nostrils, and his eyes are bright yellow from cirrhosis of the liver. And he coughs. He has a pretty bad coughing fit. He pulls out a brown-stained handkerchief and coughs into this handkerchief and kind of looks at it for a second, puts it in his inside breast pocket. He's wearing a navy blue overcoat with some gold shiny buttons. They're going all the way down in the front in twins. And he's wearing a black serviceman's peaked cap that he takes off and puts on the table, along with his heavily dented and scratched up billy club, and just looks at you.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. What you here for?
Questioning.
You don't like you're taking this too seriously.
Well, I didn't do anything wrong, so I got nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. Not a care in the world. Okay. Not a
Well,
care in the world.
The gentleman here before you left his cigarette, and that's a little concerning to me.
We know you did it, son. It's time to quit playing around. We know you did it. So why don't you just come clean?
That may be what you want to believe, but that is not what happened.
He starts kind of picking at one of the scabs on the side of his face. You're all a bunch of filthy bastards. You know that.
Some more than others.
So where were you then, if not there?
I was at a group therapy session called the Friends of Forgotten.
Yeah, we heard all about that. I want to know about the before, when you met that other filthy bastard. Where were you, son, when you met that
Before-
filthy bastard?
I was at my mother's house, and I had not met the filthy bastard before.
Your mother's house.
Indeed.
Where's your mother live?
A couple blocks away from Friends of Forgotten.
So is that where you go after you get done drinking with your friends?
If I'm being responsible, then yes, I check in on my mother, like any good son does.
I could respect that, someone who respects his mother. I could respect a respectful mother. Not a filthy whore like your mother, but I can respect my mother. I respected my mother. I don't care what they said. I respected her. They wouldn't believe me. Just like I don't believe you. And he coughs. And you can see there's a really thick, dark brown piece of phlegm that flies out of his mouth and lands just past his hand and onto the corner of the table. Maybe you dreamed up this little fantasy of killing an innocent woman at that club for perverts that you've been going to before you go to your mother's house, of course. After a night of drinking and God knows what else. Huh?
No.
Why don't you you're trying to kind of convince him that you didn't have anything to do with this?
Yeah.
So so why don't you roll for me influence other? Roll plus charisma.
Okay.
So it's both your dice and then add your charisma.
6 and an 8, and I got a 0 charisma.
Okay. Maybe you didn't plan it, son. Maybe you didn't convince another loser to do your dirty work. Or maybe it was still a fantasy. I was thinking maybe maybe she didn't put out on the first date. Maybe wasn't picking up what you were putting down, so you had to put her down, if you know what I mean. I'm growing tired of your insolence, son.
It seems like you're growing tired of just about everything, officer.
I'm getting tired of all you rapscallions, and I would be happy to have all of you light the tombs like so much whale blubber.
Oh, I greatly apologize for the wee behavior of me and the other hooligans.
And he picks up his...
Didn't mean to hit the old dustbin on the way in. Hey.
He picks up his billy club. He smacks you on the side of the head with it. Now, don't you go making fun of me, boy. I've worked far too hard to be in the place that I'm at in this godforsaken city to have people like you making fun of me. Roll endure pain. That's plus fortitude.
Okay.
Endure injury, rather. It's a pretty healthy smack with that billy club.
I got a 10 and an 8, and I had 2, so I got a 20.
Well, you're living you're living pretty good right now. You're pissing off the cop who's clearly been highly triggered by your comment, by your very spot on impersonation of him, and yeah, it's feeling pretty good. You got everything under control. They don't have anything on you, man.
I know this. Did your mother teach you how to swing, officer? Oh, I didn't get your name.
I didn't tell you my name.
It's very rude of you. I'm Armand.
Or Connor.
Of course it is.
You know, I don't think you need your fingers anymore, son. I think we're just going to have to give them to the tombs. And he
But what will your mom do without them?
so he takes the billy club and he kind of stomps you on the hands because you're shackled kind of on there's a big solid ring that's coming up from the kind of nearest towards your chair on the table, and you're cuffed between them. It doesn't break your fingers or anything, but Jesus, does it hurt. And when that happens, you can see that there's his sleeve rolls up as he kind of raises the billy club, and he's got parts of his skin that have kind of boiled up and broken from scratching at it, and some kind of infection. The sleeve is kind of sticking to the side of his wrist where there's a collection of white blood cells trying to heal itself. And when he hits your hand, he also hits the ring. And the ring breaks. And you're free. Kind of. Still handcuffed.
Okay.
Sitting in front of this large, boiled, weeping man. Not cuffed to the table anymore, but still cuffed. So what are you going to do?
Play it cool.
Son, we can go at this all day. I've got nothing but time. Time has no meaning here. Time has no meaning here.
So what do you want exactly?
I want you to admit. I want you to admit your guilt and give yourself to the tombs.
My conscience is completely clear. There's nothing to admit.
He kind of walks over to your chair and tries to kind of kick the legs from underneath it. But he's a big man, but he's not very strong. So it kind of tips you back and forth, but doesn't exactly push you over. Are you going to admit, or are we going to do this?
Do what? Knock a chair over?
Takes a billy club and he throws it on the ground. And he starts unbuttoning his shirt.
Whoa, officer.
I love you. Always have. I'm just kidding. He pulls off his overcoat and he's got a wife beater on. And he is covered in scars and covered in scabs. His white shirt is now kind of this like weird stained brown and yellow color. He hasn't washed in a really long time, and you can smell his sick. And he kind of puts his fists up like this, curled towards himself like an old-timey boxer. Let's go, boy. You talk a lot about your mother, but your father never beat some sense into you. It's time.
I'll get up. I'm not shackled to the chair or anything, right?
No, you were just handcuffed to the table.
Cool. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna roll. Try and roll towards the billy club and pick it up.
Okay. So why don't you're trying to roll towards the billy club to get the weapon?
Yep.
And are you looking to kind of hit him with it, or are you looking to threaten him with it?
Oh, I'm gonna bash his head in if I can.
Okay, first I want you to roll act under pressure. That's plus coolness.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of pressure. You're handcuffed. There's a big, gross, disgusting, scary man that's standing above you. That's to grab the billy club.
I got a 9, a 1, and I got a 2. So 12, I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and then roll plus violence.
Okay.
That's assuming to kind of hit him with the billy club.
7.
7?
Yep.
Okay. So you roll towards where the billy club is. And you go to grab it. The billy club kind of slides towards him. So instead of grabbing it, you kind of push it towards towards Constable O'Connor. He picks it up and he hits you on the side 2 or 3 times. You're on the ground. It hurts pretty bad. Roll plus fortitude one more time, and let's see what you get.
$18.
Okay. Listen, you're strong like bull, my friend. Like I said, he's a big guy, but he's not very strong. And you've been in quite a few fights. So as he's standing there, hitting you a couple of times, kind of gives you a moment to be able to take advantage, right? He thinks that you're on the ground in pain and he's really doing you once over, but ultimately you got your shit together. You've been in a fight like this before. You need to learn some manners, boy. And you need to learn to respect your elders. And I'm going to teach it to you.
As he's coughing, I'm going to try and grab that chair and beat him over the head with it.
Great. So you, the chair swings and hits him pretty hard. And as he's coughing, it kind of knocks a particularly rough frog that was stuck in his throat. You kind of did him a favor a little bit. He gets a pretty bad slash on the side of his face, and he coughs up not just blood, but a pretty big chunk of phlegm and spit, maybe a little bit of lunch that he ate earlier, right onto your shoe.
It's not cool.
Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
There's worms in it.
I'm going to kick it off in his direction.
You hear like a high-pitched squealing sound, like the sound of a pig or a baby. And he's bleeding profusely and clawing at his own wound and peeling the skin down. You're never going to leave this place. Not again. You're not going to get out of this place.
And neither are you. And I'm going to just keep beating him.
So with each hit, every time you lift the billy club, there is blood coming from off of the billy club and hitting on the wall. Every time you make contact, you get barely any resistance at all. It kind of carries through almost as if there was no bone there. It's almost like
he's made out of butter or something.
Yeah, like it's like a rotten pumpkin that you're hitting, and it sounds squashy. And he's coughing through it, and with each cough, phlegm comes up. There's more worms all over you, all over the room. And each time you look at one of these worms, you can see that it has a small little face on it. And each one of the worms are screaming as if telling you to stop. Don't kill him. Please have mercy.
We're going to paint this room with Butterball here. I don't listen to no worms.
Cold as ice, my friend.
I don't know what kind of Disney crap this is, but that's not supposed to be a thing.
So you beat him pretty relentlessly. I'm gonna want you to kind of roll to hold it together, because it becomes an obsessive point of action. You can't stop hitting him.
I wasn't going to stop.
And he slowly but surely turns into a liquefied puddle of squirming worms and viscera. And it's all over, and it stinks. And the worms, as you've kind of broken the skin open of where his gut is, are a little bit larger than some of the ones that came out of deep within his throat. Much bigger faces and much louder screams.
Did he have any keys on him?
Yeah, of course he did.
I'm going to uncuff myself.
Okay.
Take whatever crap he had on him. If he had a sidearm, I'm taking that billy club.
Just a billy club, a ring of keys.
Cool. I'll grab that.
Okay.
I'm going to push whatever I can towards that drain in the floor. Because, hey, I'm not a slob.
You're not a slob. You do clean up. It's kind of part of what you do, right?
Yeah.
So how does this make you feel? Like, is this
Disgusted.
disgusted? Is this
Yeah.
something that you're used to?
No, I've never seen anything like this before, but I'm still kind of in the heat of it, like the adrenaline of this
Yeah.
bastard who's just sick, disgusting, pus-filled, worm-filled, screaming guy. It's hitting me slowly, but I'm still kind of like reeling from self-defense and anger. Like he saw red and just destroyed this motherfucker.
Do me a favor and roll keep it together, which is plus willpower.
Yep. Oh, 19.
19.
I got a 0 in willpower.
Dice gods love you today, my friend.
They do. Except for that Billy Club thing. That was a mess.
Well, here's the deal. Like you have killed people before. Have you?
I'm not saying anything. I'm in a police station.
Smart move. So you you have your keys. You've kind of kicked and scooped with the half of your shoe the viscera and worms and slime into waffle stomping into the drain in the floor.
Are they still screaming?
They're screaming the entire time.
I'm just gonna step on them until they stop.
Yeah, it's you hear like a loud squish and one final scream as if it's a lobster as you're putting it into a boiling pot of water, crushing from underneath your foot and screaming for their own lives at this point.
This is a weird day.
You have your keys,
Yeah.
and before you walk into the room, or out of the room rather, let's move to the front of the building, where there are two women standing in the lobby. Standing in front of the lobby desk at the Manhattan Detention Complex. We have Avery and Anna standing there, trying to figure out, okay, we're here. They've asked us, that nice cop, that douchey cop that took some coffee before he left, asked you to be here within the hour, and you made it. It's been 55 minutes, and somehow you made it within the hour to the complex, just to pick somebody out of a lineup or make a witness statement. It's a pretty large marble, typical police station lobby with a cop that's sitting behind the desk, a big oaken desk. And you two are standing at the doorway.
You know, I wonder what happens if we don't go up there.
Many great things. I think we should not go there. Also, I have some things in my backpack I don't want them to find.
You didn't think about taking those out before we came down here?
Where would I put them?
The trash in my place? The trash at the subway?
How could I put something valuable in the trash? That's illogical.
What's so valuable that would get you in trouble with the... Oh. Okay then. Well, this is... I'm not sure if they're gonna want to search your bags or anything, but
I
we're
mean, we
here.
don't look bad, right? Like, why would they check us out? Like, we're just two girls, you know, and that's all right.
Yeah, just two girls, you know, who witnessed a pretty gruesome murder.
Yeah, so basically we are kind of victims, right? So everybody's very polite and nice to victims.
If only.
I mean, worst case scenario, we can start crying. I'm really good at starting crying.
You know, if things get a little bit too awkward, just turn on those waterworks, let them rip, and we'll see what happens. But shit, that security guard or that cop up there has just been staring at us, wondering what the fuck we're doing. So,
We have to go in then, I guess.
maybe it's better if we just bite the bullet and get done with it. So, Avery's going to approach the desk officer and let him know that, hey, I'm Avery Lee. This is Anna. I'm not sure her last name, but we were asked to come down to identify and give a statement.
Ladies, statement. Yes. Anna, you said was her name?
Yeah.
Anna, can you?
That's a nickname. Yulia. I should be signed as Yulia. That's my name.
Yulia is it's a great name. It's my mom. It's my mom's name. Yeah, it's my mom's name. It's a great name. Yeah. So what's up?
We are here to give a statement.
Anna, do me a favor. I want you to roll your disadvantage.
Is that like two d10 dices?
Yep, and that's it. You know which one we're rolling for?
Yeah. It's 8 and 6, so 14.
14. Okay. Yeah. So the guy behind the counter is clearly was not paying attention at all before you guys even walked in. You kind of caught him by surprise. I don't know what he was doing, drawing or sleeping or what, but he looks at both of you and says, "Oh yeah, you do. So you're here for questioning. Who told you to come in? Is there? Do you have a officer name or?"
I'm going to assume the officer maybe gave me like a card with their name, and I just pull it out of my pocket and be like, "This guy, he dropped by an hour ago, interrupted breakfast, and told us we had to come down immediately, and was just kind of being a giant tit about it."
Oh yeah, yeah, he is a giant tit. Yeah, he's a little cranky. Especially if he doesn't get his coffee.
Well, we gave him coffee, so maybe that's what kind of made him decide not to take us in and let us come of our own accord after breakfast, but still a tit.
Oh, that's why he came in like bouncing on his heels. He's normally in a shittier mood when he comes in. Yeah, let me call him up.
All right, thanks.
Nice to meet you, ladies. If you come back any time, I don't know. I'm gonna call him, and he picks up the phone and talks for a second, and says, "Okay, you guys can go wait on the. You can guys go wait at the bench over there by the window."
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks.
And as you wait for probably about maybe a half an hour, could be an hour even.
Oh, can you make it faster? I really don't like this place. Like, I mean, we just need to say that what we saw, we can do it fast, and that's all, and we can go. It's like 10 minutes. I really don't like this place.
All right. Yes. But don't tell anybody.
Of course, you're amazing. Thank you. You're the best.
I'm not that amazing.
No, you are. Right. Absolutely.
Stop it. All right. You know what? Go past this desk. There's a door on the right. Go through those double doors. It's about make your first left that you see. All the way down the hall. There's a big red door. You can't miss it.
Big red door. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. God, great meeting you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the smitten police officer tries to make himself look as busy as possible and pretend like he's not staring as you guys walk over to the big double doors to the right of the desk. And as you walk through, there's a couple offices. There's, it's a pretty basic police station. You're not really on the holding cells side of the building. You're kind of more in the operations level where all the records are and shit like that. And you reach the door. There's a pretty big solid red door, and open it up, and it's a pretty big room filled with desks and telephones, and there are cops running around all over the place, shuffling
Avery,
papers and whatnot.
I have no idea.
so
Shit.
you forgot the directions? Because I also don't remember them. Just big red door.
Yeah. Let me see.
So
I'm gonna
uniformed
take a-
officer walks up to you. Can I help you? What are you guys doing here? You can't be in here.
No.
we were just told by the desk officer to go through big red door. We're supposed to be either IDing a perp or giving a witness statement. Everything's just kind of chaotic, and no one's really giving us any answers.
Oh, are you here for the lineup?
I'm guessing one of them. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have quite a few on a day.
Not many that we would bring you two in for this particular lineup. This one's a pretty high profile case. I think I do. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
And he leaves you there in front of the doors, walks over to one of the desks, kind of taps on the shoulder of an officer. You could see it's the officer that was in your home earlier. That officer walks up to you, says, "Ladies, you're late."
We've been waiting here for over an hour.
What she says?
You can ask the desk officer.
Fucking Timmy. God, he's the worst. I'm sorry about him. Did he make you wait?
No.
He said
no,
he
no.
called you.
No, I didn't get any calls.
Well, then I don't know.
All right, come with me. So he walks back through the double doors. Instead of going where you came, he takes kind of a sharp left-hand turn, and you guys start going deeper and deeper into this building, down a few steps. And as you're traveling through the walls, the wallpaper gives way to plaster, which gives way to hardened stone. The floor was at once tile, is now kind of this clay blocks. There's a mildewy smell as you're going down, and things are very, very echoey, and it feels very wet, like you're going into the bowels of some dungeon. It's a little creepy, but it's well lit. Obviously, the old gas light system is still working. So as you're going down the spiral staircase like some old castle, he's making jokes. Yeah, so this place is pretty old. It's drafty in here, but yeah, we're just gonna go down. Just gonna go down this way, and then I'm gonna send you over to the room, and we'll send the perps and you pick them out of a lineup. All right, ladies.
All right.
So you go through this long hallway, and he stops at a kind of a large set of double doors. He turns this little crank, and you hear this kind of mechanical clockwork kind of noise, and the doors slowly open. Okay, yeah, just walk on through, go down that hallway, and go into the room all the way down on the end, and there's a mirror on the other side, and we'll send the guys through, and you can pick them out. But I'm good from here. You can just go there yourself, and doors open. So they're pretty. It's a pretty dark hallway. It's very black near the end of that hallway. You can't even see the door that he's pointing to.
Are you not going with us?
No. No, I'm not. I'm not going down there. Are you crazy? No, I'm gonna go around on the other side. I gotta get bring the perps in.
How are we supposed to go there?
Walk.
The place looks terrible. Like, dark in things, and what if we will get lost in another hallway and we will go to that other terrible case you mentioned?
No.
No?
No. Just right down there. I mean, it's no big deal. They're just the doors are locked, so no one's gonna come out.
Okay.
It's okay, Anna. We'll get down there. All right. We'll see you on the other side, I guess, officer. Whatever your name is.
Yes, I will see you on the other side. I'm gonna go back up. This place creeps me out. And he kind of walks away and around the hallway, and you hear his steps get quieter and quieter as he leaves. You're standing there in front of a large open door to a really long, thin hallway of stone covered completely in moss. It looks exactly like a castle, like Dracula's castle. There's a dripping sound, and you can hear the flickering of gas lamps.
I wish Timmy would be here with us. You know,
Yeah,
that better cop.
Yeah, I don't think Timmy would be very useful here either, to be completely honest. But Avery takes a moment to rifle through her backpack and, takes out her handy dandy brick.
Good
It's
move.
like I don't trust anything down here because I've seen horror movies start like this.
I never watch horror movies. I don't like horror movies. They're scary most of the time.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. They're horror movies.
So why would you watch something to just get scared? Like, this is like not a pleasant emotion. I love romantic comedies.
Cool. Well, should we go down this dark, creepy hallway and maybe we'll find Prince Charming down there?
Maybe someone similar to Timmy. That would be nice. He was really nice.
Okay, fine. Maybe Timmy's down there. Maybe we'll find Timmy. Chances are he's still at the desk being a tit. All right, so I guess Avery is gonna take the lead here and start heading down the dark, not super creepy at all hallway to where the officer had directed us to the lineup room.
So immediately on your left-hand side, you can see bars. And it's pretty black. You don't see anybody behind the bars, but you know this is a prison. So there may be someone there. You do hear sounds though, as you pass another door with a small little sliding handle on it and a kind of reinforced glass kind of peer through window. You can hear the sounds of drills echoing through the halls. You can hear the sounds of snapping leather. You could even hear desperate cries for help and screams of pain that are echoing through the hall the deeper you go. Behind each door, it's almost like a mystery. Which sound and which awful thing are you going to hear on the other side? There's one door in particularly. It's brown, and it looks like it's made of wood, which is slightly different than the other doors. The other doors are made of steel. This one's wood, and you could hear someone whispering on the other side of it. Please let me out. I'll be good. I'll be good. At the end of the darkened hallway, there is a door. It's rather comically small compared to the huge double doors that you saw on the other side, almost as if the hallway itself has gotten smaller and smaller as you're going through. To open it and walk through, you almost kind of have to duck to come through. It's maybe about 5'3" in height. Are you gonna open it?
Grip tightens a little bit on the brick. Look over at Anna and be like, I think this is the door.
I trust you if you think that this is the right place, but this doesn't look like a police station, you know, where we have to give our.
No, this is, yeah, I don't know. But hopefully we can just get through this and we can go home and have a nice cup of tea.
Before you open the door, I want both of you to keep it together. Roll plus willpower.
Uh, 6, 2, and +1 from willpower, so it's 9.
9. Okay.
15 for me.
Minta, in your character sheet, there's a stability tracker.
Mm.
Do you see it?
The stability, huh?
Mm-hmm. Where are you on that stability tracker?
Right now, I guess just was normal, composed. Now, no, I guess. I don't know.
So as you open the door, you start to hear a rattling sound coming from the inside. And you turn the light on, and it's a rather small room, almost like a, I don't know, a small closet or something. Excuse me, maintenance closet. So you can walk in. One side of the room, there's this kind of blackened, dark, I don't know, it looks like a mirror or a window or something, completely covered in dust or grime. And in the middle of this room stands a statue. It's the familiar shape of a person, shirtless and bound tightly in wire. The black filament cuts deeply into the sculpted gray flesh, and its arms are extended out like a crucifix suspended by wires attached to the walls. And its legs are completely encased in wrapped wire, like he is a half-finished, rotting pupa. Its mouth is held open by a sharp surgical mouth gag, and there's a kind of double-sided fork affixed to the leather strap around its neck, poking into kind of the jugular notch. On one side is the one tip of the fork, and the other tip of the fork is poking on the bottom of his chin. And hanging out of its blackened, dry mouth is a bright red satin ribbon. And it's eerily quiet. You don't hear anything on the other side of this statue. You actually don't hear the screams of pain anymore from the hallway. Probably because as you walked in, the door automatically closed. You know, it's got one of those pneumatic devices on the top. So here you are in this dimly lit room, dimly lit by the small gas lamp in the corner of the room, and a large, bound, human-shaped statue with a bright red ribbon sticking out of its mouth. What do you do?
I stare at Avery.
It's a good move. Smart.
Well, that certainly is a thing. Not really something you'd expect to find in, the basement of the New York Police Department, but okay. I'm not even gonna go into the symbology of all of that shit because nope. No es bueno.
So Avery, you're so analytical that, and you've seen so many different kinds of statues and so many different kinds of graven images, that this is unusual, but you've also seen some unusual statues. The awkwardness is really only reflected by the fact that this is inside of a police station. So you could probably only imagine that this thing may be, I don't know, evidence or something, but it doesn't really stir you too much.
It's a
Right?
weird place. Yeah, it's a weird place to keep evidence, in a place where people cross by it all the time, possibly, before kind of the room where you're supposed to see a lineup.
Yeah, and there's no other evidence in here. It's not like you're in an evidence locker.
Yeah, it's not like there's piles of cocaine laying around.
There's no piles of cocaine,
So,
unfortunately. However, Anna, you're pretty shaken by this thing. It's frightening and gross. And you are between the mix of the walking down the hallway, the fact that there wasn't anybody in this room waiting for you except for this thing. You're feeling pretty hopeless. And you're feeling pretty panicked. And I want you to move your stability down 2 for me, please.
To unfocused?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys do?
In the room do we see like that mirrored wall that we were told would happen for the lineup?
Yeah, it kind of looks like a chalkboard almost.
Okay.
Just because the dust is so thick.
Cool. I'm probably still going to be holding on to the brick a little bit, but just be like, hey, Anna, this is where we're supposed to be. So I guess we're just gonna wait until they line the perps up. So
I don't think that we're supposed to be here. Like, this place doesn't look like we are supposed to be here. Like, why police would take in the customers into the basement? They should be forbid from that. This is like, isn't it like against my, like, what is the word here you use, like, for my rights? Not to be here? Like, don't I have rights, like, not to give my evidences? Don't I have rights just to leave, Avery? I think I have rights to leave, right? I don't want to be here.
I mean, we're not under arrest or anything. We're just here to ID the perpetrator as witnesses, so we're not in trouble.
So, but why we are here then? I don't want to be here. Why did you tell them that I have to go also? And why you made me come here?
You could have left at any time.
So you say that I can just leave?
You know what? If you want to leave, that's fine. But I know New York City cops. I'm not going to fuck with New York City cops because I don't want to end up down here on the other side of that glass.
Okay. So do you think this is the moment where I could start crying?
I'm not sure if it's going to work here because I don't think they can see us. We're going to be able to see them through that window.
Oh.
The time to have cried probably was been up with Officer Jackass up there.
Okay, so how they're not gonna see us, but we are gonna see them?
One-way mirror.
Okay. I don't know. I still think that we are not supposed to be here. I don't know.
I don't like being down here either, but I would rather take my chances not pissing off the New York Police Department, but that's just me.
How they would find us? How they would force us to come here? Like, this is
I'm going to assume, Anna, that you're from Eastern Europe, so I'm pretty sure you understand how secret services and police forces work.
I mean, if I have a name Anna, that doesn't mean that I come from Eastern Europe. I haven't been there ever. I grew up here.
You
Sure
grew up
enough.
here, but you don't really understand New York.
I lived in a small apartment with my grandmother. What do you want from me? Like, was I supposed to run around the police departments and do things with the police?
Do you think I do things with police and run around police departments?
I mean, you know things, how to handle them. You speak about them a lot. Like, you know when you're supposed to piss them off and not. And I mean, I guess you know then. I don't know.
Only because of family stories of having survived, the Cultural Revolution and whatnot in China.
So wait, you're from China?
I wasn't born there, but my dad was, and my baba was.
Okay.
So I know a thing or two about police states and not pissing them off.
Okay. So I will just.
Look, if you want to go. That's your choice. I'm not forcing you to stay here. Do whatever you want. It's a free fucking country. Just, if you end up getting picked up, I can't help you.
So basically, you're saying that I am supposed to stay here. Okay, got it.
Sure, whatever, fine. And I guess we're just gonna sit around to whenever they line up the perps. Okay, cool. Cool.
So you're gonna sit in this small room with this large statue on the.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like going further into this creepy ass dungeon is a good idea, and this is where they told us to go. This is where we're staying. I'm gonna be a good, slightly law-abiding citizen.
So as you're sitting in this room with this large statue and this large gray and black human-shaped statue with the red ribbon flying out of its mouth and waving in the air like a tongue. It looks like a creepy, greedy tongue. And as you're in this room, there is a man sitting at a desk on the other side of the building with a police officer. Colin.
Yes. Hello.
Hi. Welcome. Welcome to the police station.
Joy.
Well, I'd rather not be here either. I'd rather be at the game, frankly, but
Feel ya?
yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I would say it's the worst part of the job, but it really isn't. It's just kind of.
I'm sure this is. It's less interesting.
I'll take less interesting.
Sometimes
Especially
less interesting is.
Yeah.
So, how can I help you?
Okay. Here's the deal.
Mhm.
You were there.
Yep.
At the situation. You gave your statement here.
Mhm.
And it says here that you helped and that
Tried to.
you saw everything.
I was. Yep.
Could you, the guy that did this?
Yeah. The I don't know what it's, crazy.
A bum. He was a bum.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably.
Or crackhead. I don't know.
Yeah. No. He smelled awful. Hair all matted up. I don't know.
So, we do have a sketch artist, but we got him here.
I mean,
think?
yeah, I would hope so. I mean, the detective and the other guy held him down till the cops showed up.
Yeah, but these things are typically we arrest everybody and ask questions later.
Right.
But we didn't.
Yeah. Oh, the detective Vernon, I think his name was. He vouched for all of us. So why?
Yeah, Vern will do that.
He seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. He's messy. That's all. I'm messy. We're all messy.
I don't know. I just met him that night, so.
Yeah, here's the deal. We just need to make sure that we have the right guy. It's all part of this bureaucracy just to make sure that we have a case built.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
So I've got this binder here.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to just look through it. There's a lot of photos here.
Oof, okay.
And just pick out the guy, but like pay attention because here's the deal. It's easy to go, I think it might be that guy. Like really know.
Oh no, trust me, it's like burned into my retinas. That's terrifying.
I bet, man. You doing all right with all this?
I mean, I guess as good as one can.
Listen, there's a we got a psychologist here that could probably.
Oh no, I'm good. I work for the new school, the university. We have all those sorts of services like that there.
Oh, you're a shrink.
No, no, I'm a college professor.
Oh, okay. Well, professor. You're used to binders then, I guess.
Yes, I am definitely used to binders.
Well, and as he walks over to the desk and pulls this pretty big, beefy, dark red binder. And there are cops all over the place. It's a giant room, desks everywhere, big black rotary phones on each one of them. There's a hotshot officer sitting on his desk and making calls. There's another, older police officer on the other desk, kind of throwing shit at him. And there's another officer eating his lunch. And it's a bustling police department. A lot of cops, a lot of paper pushers moving around the room chaotically, pretty much ignoring you because this is typical. Bringing people in for questioning, bringing people in for, doing what you're going to be doing, picking a perp out of a series of photos. Sometimes it's a mom picking out a daughter who's been missing for a long time. So it could be worse, right?
Could be. I know something about a missing person, so.
Yeah, you do. In fact, you've done this very thing.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the process.
So you're sitting at a desk and kind of off to the side, given this large binder of photos. All right, Colin, is it okay if I call you Colin?
Oh, of course. Officer, I didn't catch your name.
Just call me Frank.
Okay, Frank.
It's just like last name bullshit.
Yeah.
I should listen. I shouldn't have failed out of college. I went to college. You know that?
Oh, good. I feel like everyone should. It's a good experience, even if you don't need it.
I wanted to be a vet.
Like a veterinarian?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah. No, that's awesome. I love animals.
Yeah, I do too. I got a dog.
Awesome. Dogs are great.
Dogs are fantastic. I mean, fuck cats. Dogs are great. Look through these photos, and just when you pick it out, let me know. You raise your hand or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll flag you down.
Yeah.
Thanks, Frank.
Kind of walks off, and there you are, sitting at this desk with this large binder of photos.
All right. I will. I do. It is burned into my memory with what the events that happened. So yeah. I'll start flipping through.
So it's just typical pictures of, close-up mugshots. Degenerates, regular people getting pulled in, pimps, sex workers, guys in drunken office clothes, with a tie all messed up, and they look like they've been, putting back a few before getting arrested for, I don't know, indecent exposure or something. A couple children.
Yeah.
That was weird. But as you start turning the pages, the colors of the room kind of get muted and diffuse. And they almost as if the book itself is sucking all the color out of the room because the saturation of the photos become even more clear.
Okay.
And you're turning page after page, and it's flickering like stop motion. It starts as close up, portrait style photos, maybe a couple people giving the middle finger. We just got demonetized for that. And then it goes into different sides, of their face, full body. Some of them have bruises from getting beat up by cops. Some of them have big wounds from ear to ear. The cameras are getting further and further away, and you can see more and more of the bodies of these perpetrators, and they're wearing less and less clothing and being twisted into more and more unusual contortions.
I stop and I'm the back. It's like this.
Oh, it's like a series of, there's like a bunch of photos right next to each other in rows, and it's close up, like a typical mugshot with like the numbers written on it, maybe a couple of notes scratched down.
And as I go forward again, it's
as you turn the page, the faster you turn it, the louder it gets in your head. You start hearing this kind of rhythmic chanting as you turn the page over and over again. There's an echo in the room of chanting and moaning coming from an unseen source. There's blood that's leaking from underneath the photos, getting like stuck in your hands. It's kind of half drying on your fingertips.
I'm gonna slam the firebinder shut.
You immediately hear typewriters, and there's a guy in the back like, "Hey Phil, you gonna give me some of that? You gonna give me some of that sub, or you gonna eat all yourself like you did yesterday?"
And then I'll open the binder like to the.
It's a bunch of mugshots.
Kind of flips going forward again. It's kind of.
So
I don't.
Are you looking for the photo?
Now
or are you?
No, I'm not. Now I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
You're kind of observing the situation, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you roll for me?
Yeah.
And that is a roll of plus perception.
I got you. That is a 18.
Nice. So, you can ask me 2 questions.
Does it seem like as I move through the pages, it's like I'm being hyper analytical. It's kind of who I am. Is it triggering whatever this weird event is, or was it like, did it stop once I closed the book and reopened it, and like?
It's as if when you open the book and start flipping the pages, you get a pleasant feeling, but not a good feeling. It's addictive to turn the pages and look through this book. So with every turn of the page, the more likely you are to turn the next, and it gets louder and more detailed and more gruesome in these photos as you do. Which it disturbs you that you like the feeling that you get as you're looking through this book.
So it's it's like doing drugs or getting high. It feels good, but it's also disturbing.
Yeah.
Out of reality a little bit. I'm gonna close it again, and I'm gonna kind of round, and everything snaps back to normal.
Yeah, every time you close it. You get one more question too, by the way.
Can I find can I find the guy's photo?
Yes. So you open the book after snapping it closed and looking around like, did everything go back to normal? And part of you opens the book because you're trying to verify that you're
Yeah.
going crazy.
Yeah.
But the other part of you is also really wanting to open up that book again. And you open it up and you flip through the pages faster and faster. And this time you're looking closely at each and every one of them. There are bodies that are being twisted, people pulling limbs in impossible shapes. You can't even tell how many people are in a photo at this point. It's it's frightening, orgiastic, and awful, the scenes in each one of these photos. But you soon find a page that is a series of photos from your John Doe from the other night. And he's covered in blood, smiling from ear to ear, like it's the happiest day in his life. And there's another photo of him looking down at something. It's a person, it's a cadaver that lays at his feet, who's been beaten purple with something on his face. You look closer, another photo, and maybe it's a kind of like it's like iron mask that's latched around their head with hinges and leather straps. Some kind of crude torture device, perhaps. Behind them are these three figures with their faces covered in hoods, and they're kind of bound together with these really thick straps, really thick pieces of cloth, or kind of like a tan material they're being bound together with. And there's a man prostrating at their feet. Looks like he's like praying almost. And then, of course, the last few photos are the mugshots from the other day. And there's multiple sides of his face and full body, and you can see he's got these tattoos all over his body, but they're very similar. They're kind of these like weird, strange circular symbols.
I'm gonna regret this. The photo with the figures in it, man prostrated. Can I take it out of the binder?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay, yeah, you take it out of the binder and you're gonna put that.
Oh, I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
Save that baby for later, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of just like I need to study this. Look at it.
You take one last look, and it's kind of on the forefront. You can see our John Doe, the side of his face. He's smiling, his kind of scraggly beard. You could see a kind of this circular star, occultish kind of symbol on his neck going into his face. He's completely covered in blood. You can see the iron mask kind of sticking up from the other side of the photo, and in the background you see those three figures and the other man prostrating.
Yeah,
it's an awful photo.
Yeah, it's going in my pocket. Too much going on in that. I need to look into it. It's dug its hooks into my brain.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I'll flip to the mugshot, and then I'll look around for Frank, for the officer.
Frank's got a donut in his hand and a cup of coffee. He kind of sees you. He's been kind of watching up, staring at you, just making sure you need some alone time as you go through this, but he hasn't really been all that far away.
Yeah, I kind of wave him. I'm like, hey.
Oh yeah, did you find him?
Yeah, and I'll look down at the page which has the headshot for that guy.
So on the sheet
Mhm.
of paper, they're kind of like taped on with like a piece of like cellophane over it, and there's a close up of the iron mask with blood coming out of it, and the neck is all covered in bruises and scars. Then there's a picture of our perpetrator mugshot in a couple of different variations. And the cop looks down. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. He is one ugly son of a bitch.
Yeah,
That's it. That's him, all right.
that's the guy. That's the guy you picked up. Because
Yeah, I'm gonna have to verify, but I'm pretty sure this is the guy. You don't forget a face like that.
no,
It's
you don't.
ugly.
Told you.
Stupid tattoos too. Ugh.
Yeah, they're weird.
He's like one of those guys that you see, you know, down on the beat, asking everyone for cigarettes.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, that's like, how do people get like that? You know, I don't know. He's got to have something. There's something going on with him.
Yeah, bad luck. Bad luck combined with having a shitty life, I guess.
Could be. Couple screws loose, I'm sure. Man, what a piece of shit. That woman that he killed, by the way, do you know she had kids?
That's a shame. It's a shame. I tried to help her. She was in shock.
Yeah, she was trying to help a lot of people. You know,
Well, I was there.
friends of whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Friends of forgotten.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she won't be forgotten, right? Sorry, it's a gallows humor. I'm a cop.
Yeah. No. I feel you.
So,
So is that it? Do you mean for anything else?
nah, man, you're good. No, this is good. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, wait, actually. He picks up like a clipboard, writes some things down, kind of slides it over to you. It's a little mini statement of, I'm picking I'm picking this individual of photo set number from page yada yada. Just kind of a verification that written verification that you are picking the photo that you're picking.
Yeah, sure. I just skim over it and make sure everything's accurate.
You want?
I read it.
You want to sign it?
I read it first, but yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty typical. It's just like a cop report.
Okay.
Just identifying that you're identified the perp.
Yeah. As long as it lines up with the, as long as he's not like making shit up, it lines up with what I actually picked out. Then yeah, I sign it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty boring actually. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you filling this out. Paperwork's 9/10 of the law, right? So yeah, that's it. You can I guess you can make sure you sign out at the desk. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah. I'll glad you this was so cut and dry, I guess. Get him off the streets, don't let him hurt anyone else.
Yeah, fuck this guy. I know this is kind of boring. There's a lot of boring photos in there, but I appreciate your patience.
Yeah, no, just page by page.
So he grabs takes the binder and starts walking away with it, and like opens it and starts flipping through it as he's walking away, taking a bite of his donut as he's kind of palming the book with his other, kind of flipping through it like it's the paper, giggling and kind of showing other cops as you're walking away from that scene.
Yeah, that's weird. I'll walk away. Walk back up towards the front desk, I guess.
There's a very young cop there.
Yeah. Same guy who was there when I walked in.
Oh yeah, same guy, barely paying attention to you while you were talking to him.
I'll walk up and I'll like tap the desk and be like, "Yeah, I need to sign out, I guess."
Yeah, whatever, man. Oh, you get your name badge or sticker?
Yeah, here.
Put in the book or whatever.
Yeah, I'll follow whatever vague instructions he gives me.
there's a man in a locked room on the other side of the building. He's got a pair of very wet keys in his hand. And a puddle of viscera and worms in the center of the room. And a steel table. There's a broken chair, splintered, shattered all over the room.
Gonna use
Armand.
those keys and try and open the door.
Yeah, it takes a couple turns, you know. But you find it, open the door. There's a as you open the door, it's kind of a rusty old hallway. This place hasn't been cleaned in quite a while.
Gonna look around to see if there's any obvious exits or staircases or.
Yeah, there is one staircase that leads down. And there is a kind of double set of doors, steel doors with a kind of a crank next to it.
Do I see any windows?
No, not at all. No windows. Just concrete and stone. Some of the old parts of the building you can tell have not really been upkept or updated. So, you know, where you were before looked like shit. This place looks shittier, and it's just from age. You know, it's a bunch of kind of cobblestone pillars with, you know, plaster walls. You can see at some point they tried to put lipstick on a pig, but at the end of the day, it's a police station, so still a pig.
Okay, I'll try and go down the staircase.
Yeah.
Slowly and keeping a lookout.
And you so you reach a double set of excuse me, a big double set steel door with a giant crank on the right hand side of it.
Try to open it.
You turn the crank and the door squeaks open. And you see a very long hallway that is even shittier than before. It kind of smells like mildew and old moss. And as you're walking through, you can see on the left-hand side, there's it's like a holding cell, probably a drunk tank or something. You've been in a few of those before.
Take a peek. Is anyone in?
Nope.
Keep going down the hallway.
There's a door on the right that has kind of one of those like little slidey latches to kind of slide open and look through or put shit down into. Yeah. You can start to hear clanking of metal. You could start to hear screams of pain and anguish.
I'll take a peek.
In the door?
Yeah.
Inside there's a woman. And she's on the ground crying.
Hey.
Hey.
What do you in for?
I'm innocent. I'm not in here for anything. They just put me down here.
Cool, me too. And I open the door.
With the keys?
Oh yeah.
So you have to you turn the lock, open it up, and she's still on the ground. Oh God, you're not like the other one, are you?
I don't think so, lady. I was brought here for questioning, and then everything went to hell, and I got the upper hand on this weird, sick bastard who was hitting me. So I grabbed his keys, and now I'm heading out of here.
You're escaping?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I literally just killed this fat bastard who turned into a pile of snot. So, maybe I'm on something. I have no idea. But yeah, no, I'm getting the hell out of here.
There's no getting out of hell.
This ain't hell, lady. This is just some building.
If you've been here, you know this place is awful.
I mean, it's a police station, so yeah. I mean, it's not exactly paradise.
She stands up, and she's wearing a orange jumpsuit. It's pretty dirty, but she's been sitting on the floor, so that's probably why. Can I come with you?
Why not? I figured 2 heads better than 1. Weird place like this.
Why are you here? You asked me why I'm here. Why are you here?
Well, like I said, questioning. I went to this therapy group. This nut job jumped on the lady giving the class, killed her. We tried to stop him. And next thing you know, I'm here and they're asking me questions. And then, I tell them the truth. They send in this disgusting guy. And hey, now I got a bunch of keys and I'm getting out of here.
That's why they brought me in as well. And they did the same thing. They questioned me. They wouldn't believe me. I was innocent. I didn't do it.
Yeah. I got my gut feeling. So I figured I probably wasn't the only one stuck in a place like this. Let's be feet, huh? Get out of here.
I feel like you are a nice man.
Well, I'm kind of a criminal, but sometimes they ain't bad people. They just do it for money.
Everybody's a criminal here.
Yeah, I can see that.
I guess I'm a criminal too. They say I'm a criminal. I guess I'm a criminal.
All right, let's go break some laws, huh?
So she comes with you.
Cool. Do you know if there's like a good way? I mean, you said there was no escaping here. That's probably what they drilled into your head, lady. What's your name, by the way? I'm Armand.
Sarah.
Nice to meet you. Do you know of a way out of here? I mean,
there is no way out of here. I've been here for years. There's no way out.
Years?
Feels like years.
So you don't even know?
No, they come and they bring me food and hit me a lot. And you could see that she's got bruises all over her, kind of like on her arms. She has bruises kind of on her neck, the black eyes, a busted lip.
I'm gonna give you some trust here. I head here at the Billy Club. Probably need this more than I do.
She whacks you in the head. I'm just kidding.
Son of a bitch.
But I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do with this?
You're going to do to them what they've been doing to you.
I wouldn't do that to anyone. What they did to me, I wouldn't do any of that. How could you get yourself to do that to somebody?
Because it's either that or you're a victim in a place like this, lady.
I am a victim. We all are.
Time to turn that around. You're being abused here.
Yeah.
I'm giving you opportunity to defend yourself. I'm not saying you just go whack on anyone you want. I'm saying next time they come for you, you do something about it. Let's get out of here. Let's take your destiny in your hands.
You're right. I'm done. They won't believe me. I haven't killed anybody, but they said that they have.
I'm sure they have.
They were just children. You're right. I'm taking my life back. Thank you. What about you? I don't even know how to use this thing.
Oh, I mean, there's no sharp end, but you just whack people with it, I guess. It's Billy Club.
Like a bat.
Like a bat.
Like baseball. Like I used to play with.
That's great. You got it. Let's get out of here, huh?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna continue down the hallway with her.
There's a there's a wooden door. And you could hear whispering on the other side of the door.
What's it say?
Let me out, you fucking cunts. Let me out of here.
You said her name very softly. What was it again?
Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, you got a neighbor here that, you know anything about them?
No, I think we're the only innocent ones here.
Yeah, we should probably keep walking.
And she's like she's holding on to the billy club like in the middle of it, not even like a bat, like in the middle of it, like a security blanket, and kind of like staring at the door as you guys are walking past.
Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna keep going.
You're not gonna look through that one?
No, there's no people, right?
No.
Yeah, no, I'm no.
So you reach the end of the hallway, and there's a very small door. A little bit shorter. How tall is Armand? I feel like he's short.
Yeah, he's not very tall. He's like maybe 5'7".
Okay, so it's about as tall as Sarah. This door,
Cool.
about 5'4".
Cool. I'm gonna slowly open the door.
So as you open it, you can hear this kind of like rattling sound coming from the inside, and there's people talking or whispering at each other. Then you walk through, and you can see there's a very large statue in the shape of the familiar shape of a human being, completely bound in wire. When you look closely at where the wire is pressed up against the skin, you can see that it is made of marble, you think, but the way that this wire is cutting into the marble, it almost seems like it's made of wax or flesh. And there are two very familiar women standing very uncomfortably in this room.
Oh. Hi.
Ah, shit.
You're here. Does that mean that the nice guy is also here? Like everybody's coming in? Like the one from the bar?
Well, I hope so, but I also don't hope so. Because that would mean that those people are in a very fucked up place. And I'm happy to see you. Don't get me wrong. But this place is we gotta get out of here as soon as we can.
We can't. Avery said we can't.
They want us to ID the perp, but we've been waiting here for Christ, I don't even know how long it's been, but there's been nothing.
So I'd like to introduce you to someone I just met, Sarah. This is Avery. And my other good friend, Anastasia.
Hi.
Hi. You know these people?
Yes. I told you a little bit about how we witnessed some maniac killing a lady. They were also there.
Did you escape too?
No, I don't know why they're here, but I figured, Sarah, since you've been here longer than anyone, you could maybe tell my friends how we need to get out of here as soon as possible.
Oh, yes, he has it in his mind that we can leave this place. I'm sorry, ladies. My name is Sarah. We can't ever leave this place. There is no escaping, but Armand is so nice, and he thinks that we can. It's sweet. He reminds me of my boy. My boy.
Is
Sarah,
everything
why don't you
fine
tell me about
upstairs?
your boy?
He wasn't crying for that long. He was he was very cute.
That's great.
He reminds me you remind me of him actually. You have the same smell. You know that smell on the back of their head? And she's squeezing this billy club and her arms are shaking. And you can see that she has bruises all over her knuckles, as if she's been punching things very, very hard. Perhaps the walls of her cell, the ground, her own face, who knows? Do you know that smell?
I'll take your word for it.
At least someone's going to take me at my word. They won't listen. We're innocent, remember?
Yeah. So she's been here for years. And apparently they've been hurting her. And I was brought in here for questioning because of what we saw. And got assaulted. Fought back against this large, disgusting man who looked like he hadn't showered since the 70s.
Oh, O'Connor?
Yeah, O'Connor.
Constable O'Connor.
Yeah.
He is a nice man. Like you. He's very nice.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you think so.
Obviously, he doesn't smell as good as you do, but he had a softer touch than the other ones. All the other ones.
Well, that's probably because he was completely made of mucus and
Mucus.
worms.
Worms. That's awful to say about good people.
Well, that's what came out of him when I hit him because he beat the crap out of me.
Jonathan, what have I told you? We do not hit. Remember? Remember what I told you at the store. Don't ever hit, or I'll hit you.
So,
isn't that right, ladies? And she looks over at you with her eyes are like wide open. She has decided that today is not the day for blinking.
Just gonna grip that brick a little bit more tightly.
hey, Sarah, you know,
Yes, Armand.
We walked by another door on our way here, and someone sounded like they really needed our help, and it's been weighing on my conscience. Would you mind go opening that door for me? I think that person's innocent too.
Oh, the door from the hallway that we passed?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should do that.
Don't you want to be a kind soul and help them out?
I do. Are you trying to influence me to?
I don't know. Is that
to go open that door?
Is that the ST asking me to make a roll?
I think the ST is going to want you to roll some dice.
Yeah. Okay.
Jonathan. Yeah. Roll plus charisma.
Oh, geez. I got a 14, and I have no charisma.
Fine. I will go open the door. I told you before, there is no monsters in there.
I believe you.
I will go open the door, but you're gonna have to give me a kiss. Right on the cheek. Come on.
Oh, no problem. I do it. Nope. Okay.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
And she goes to open the door and she leaves. And the door closes hard. And you could hear a latch turning.
Can I lock it from this side?
No.
Okay. This statue, is there a chair or anything I can kind of put in front of it so it can't open?
There's no furniture in this room. There's just the statue.
I'm gonna try and move the statue, I guess.
You're gonna try to move the statue?
Yeah.
Okay. It smells like ether. And as you're pushing it, you can hear like kind of a thunk and a rolling kind of sound as you're trying to scoot it over to the door.
Yep.
And you can hear this kind of mechanical clicking on the inside of it.
Okay. So she's nuts.
Just a little.
I mean, she's, I saw a woman that looked like she got really hurt. And sometimes nuts is better backup than nothing.
I mean,
And-
sure thing, Jonathan.
Yeah, well, apparently I remind her greatly of someone she knew. Yeah.
Sounds like a kid.
Yeah, sounds pretty messed up. So yeah, I got assaulted by this cop who was made of mucus and worms. And I know that sounds insane, but this place she thinks is hell, and maybe she's onto something. I don't know. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, except I think she locked us in.
What?
That's not the way you came.
Is it the same way, Marchosius?
Same way.
Yeah, that's the way we came in.
Ah, shit.
Yep.
Well, let's wait a little bit, and maybe when she opens that door, that other psychopath will kill her, and then we'll only have to deal with one of them.
Or, you just let a crazy lady lock us in a room in the middle of, the basement of the frickin' tombs, where we've been for I don't know how many hours at this point, with no lineup and no one else on the other side of the glass.
We could always see what's on the other side of the glass.
Do you want to look to see what's on the other side of the glass?
Yes, I do.
Before you go and look in the other side of that glass, when you were pushing the statue, were you like propping it up against the door?
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of laid it against the door, kind of on its side, so everybody can see the silhouette of the face. That's the mouth that's pulled open with these kind of medical shiny metal mouth gag, and the ribbon is kind of flowing out. But as you pushed it, the ribbon's kind of pulled out even further than it was before. And you walk up to the other side of the room, so it feels like this room is much bigger now. This giant statue is no longer taking as much room as it was before. And there is glass, or what might be glass, completely covered in soot.
And I wipe it off a little bit.
And there's nothing on the other side of that glass. It's dark. Too dark to see.
So maybe you two were the lineup?
No, we were here to look for the perps and to identify the perps. We weren't arrested or anything.
Seems like it might be the other way around to them. Because that's what they tried to do to me.
Are you trying to say that someone is thinking that we did something? How could we do something?
They
Like,
blamed
look
me.
at us.
They blamed me for the same thing. Now I know I'm not, believable. Sure.
Exactly. So, I
It
still don't
seems-
understand.
Seems like they're trying to cover something up.
We should have never come here. You were right, Anna. We should have never have come here. We should have left.
So what do you do? You're in this room. There's a statue propped up against the door. There's a two-way mirror that doesn't seem to go anyway. In a big empty room and a long hallway that awaits you with a woman on the other side of it.
Let's try and break the mirror.
I'm gonna hand Armand my brick.
Oh, thank you.
Have at it.
Are you gonna try to break the mirror?
Don't try to talk me out of it, friend.
All right. Okay. So you hit it once, nothing happens. It bounces right off. But you know that you've been in enough police stations before that glass is not so easily broken in a police station. Oftentimes it's reinforced. So you have to hit it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Spider webs crack across the black sooted glass. You hear crackling. You think you hear giggling. But you keep hitting away until finally it smashes open. There's a kind of a brick-sized hole in the glass. And the only way that a human can go through that is to try to push that glass open, break it even further. So you do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You pull the piece by piece. You cut your hand a couple of times. Nothing too bad. Little slices. But when you do, you hear the rattling sound from inside this room. Only it's louder because you're within it. The rattling sound is actually coming from the statue. The mechanical clockwork ticking. Are you going to look through the hole that you just made?
Absolutely.
It's awful. What's behind this glass? Can you, all of you, roll to keep it together, please?
I
Am
got
I-
2 zeros. Is that like 0, 0?
No, that's like you killed it. That's a
Oh,
great
okay.
roll.
20.
Both of you got 20?
Well, I got 18 plus my willpower, so 20.
Nice.
I've got 9.
So as Armand is looking through the hole, through the looking glass of this wall, you are overtaken with such panic, and it's hard to breathe. What you see in front of you is more awful than what was in the other room with Constable O'Connor, or the awful things that you have seen in ever, really. The two girls are standing there watching you as you stare in horror in this hole of what's on the other side of this wall. And with that, I think we're going to end here.
Oh boy.
So I want to thank everybody for watching Good Intentions, Gehenna Gaming's actual play of KULT Divinity Lost. This one's a fun one. I want to thank my players, all of you. If you have anything to promote, I want to give you the opportunity to promote it.
After
So,
that.
after all of that, first of all, how are we feeling right now? Are we feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, good.
Hey,
Gotta check
Colin's
in.
fine. Colin's strolling home.
Like, okay, so Erykah, thank you so much. Do you have anything you want to promote? Where can people find you online?
They can find me online at erykahfacet.com or on Twitter at rosierexit. It's the same as my username on Twitch, so just at me there and you can find all my sorted links and how you can support my writing. Yay!
You have you have something out. Came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I just released a new piece of community content for Scion 2nd Edition on the Storypath Nexus called Vengeful Daughters, the Furies.
Yes.
So if you want to get
Yeah.
some furious divine parentage, pick it up.
Hell yeah. Minta, where can people find you online? Thank you, by the way. This was so much fun.
Yeah, enjoyed the session like a lot. And people can find me as Minta Krikame on Twitter or Twitch. That's all.
Rick, what about you? Where can people find you online?
You can find me at Gehenna Gaming's things.
All things Gehenna
Podcast,
Gaming.
Twitch, and everywhere else, and especially on our Discord. And yeah, I'm at Def Malkavian.
Ian, my friend, that was fun. Your character somehow made it by the skin of his fucking teeth.
He's just like do. Oh, cool, a photo. I'm gonna steal this. That was a terrible decision.
That was actually a good decision. It helped you. Where can people find you?
It's like I'm good at these games.
Yeah.
People can find me online at Gehenna Gaming, all things Gehenna Gaming related, or as Ravnos on most social media networks, where social media networks are found. And in terms of promotion, well, everything Gehenna Gaming going on. Tomorrow we have Forbidden Lands is back. Monday we have our Monster Hearts 2 actual play. Tuesday, I don't know. We'll do something. Wednesday is Worlds and Crafts with Bran. Thursday I will be beginning our World of Horror Let's Play. Very excited for that. World of Horror by Yisbrid Games.
Same. So excited.
And then we're off. And then next Sunday I will be playing in our Warhammer 40k Wrath and Glory actual play with our friends from Dark Days Radio. And then we're back circling right through all that stuff again.
Yeah.
Sweet. People want to find me on Twitter, Marchosius with 5s instead of S's. At Marchosius, I am hunting you down to get that name so that I can take it. You haven't posted since 2005, and that name is going to be mine.
We will never not
also
talk about that.
What's that?
We will never not bring that up.
Never. I will. It helps to have this record. We also have a podcast. A new episode is coming on Sunday.
Tomorrow.
If you want to listen to
in 24 hours, actually.
less than 24 hours, yeah. Tomorrow, because it's Saturday. What is time? The quarantine
It's an
has
illusion.
completely eluded my sense of time. So our patrons on Patreon are actually getting to listen to it today early.
Yes.
So
Would have been this morning, but I didn't realize it was Saturday, so I haven't
Yeah, no,
posted
see?
it.
What is time? Who knows?
A flat circle.
It is a flat circle.
Bear me.
Time was a flat circle. So if you want to listen to those podcast episodes early, make sure you support us on Patreon, because that's how we're able to actually do the damn thing.
And this.
Well, yeah, and this. And then, yeah, what else do I got? I don't know. Do good things, make good choices. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, but if you do, do it twice and name it after me.
The occultists do crime.
Bye.
Bye. Don't let people out of jail cells.
It's a terrible decision. Terrible.
Great decision.
Yeah, it really was.
Wonderful decision.
I was alone. Okay.
Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Have a good evening. And for those of you in America, a nice Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.